All right, how you doing, people? How you doing, my gens? This is Lucifer here speaking, um, also known as Seth, spiritual and business consultant. And this video is outside of the realm of what I usually do. I've been watching this guy for like a week or two, and I feel like he has some interesting subjects. I feel like I'm going through the same process that he's talking about. So, anyways, but one thing is, I had a. This is another experiment. I did a. I told you guys about about an experiment that I did. Speaking about osmosis, and I did another experiment that I didn't like, and it's not because of a.koetting, actually, but a.koetting does speak about this guy a lot, because he practices voodoo for some reason. Which is understandable. Voodoo is a very, very potent magic. One of the most potent magic I have ever seen myself. I don't know any other magic that's as potent as, you know, voodoo. But um, still, so I understand where he's coming from, when the reason why he practices voodoo, especially if he likes to curse and things, hex or curse, and love spells and things of that matter. Um, Me personally, myself, I don't practice voodoo because a lot of voodoo have something you have to have like physical. You have to have the DNA of the person to do it, and that's the thing about voodoo is there's nothing wrong with that. What I mean to say is, um, when you use the DNA of somebody, it latches to you, and I don't want things latching to me, and so that's why I don't really. There's some voodoo spell that I don't do because I don't want that person's. I don't want to hear this person talking in my head, or having their gunk attached to me. And because I could be like, I'm gonna do a love spell on this girl to try to get a lock of her hair and shit, and and in her everyday life, she's like, super unlucky, or she's bad at school or something, and you know what I mean. And now I'm bad at school too because we're sharing the same space, you know. So I don't, that's the reason why I don't really practice voodoo. But I do have some affinities with voodoo, of course. But like I said, there's just certain lines in voodoo I don't cross. So this is not this all that to say that this is not a I'm not saying that he's trying to lead me astray or something like that. It's just a what's it called, something that I've perceived, right? Of course he could be trying to you know lead people astray. I don't know. But I have to say, because he mentions, I was gonna do the video anyway about an experiment, but so since I know a lot of people watch my videos, I thought it was a good idea to mention him, because he speaks about that guy a lot, and a lot of people in it is in regular pop culture. So now pop culture has kind of made this guy kind of the king of voodoo, and he is really not. So there's this so they call him Papa Legba, and that's the African term for who this Haitian spirit is. And in the African voodoo, in voodoo, they call him Papa Legba, but in voodoo, he's just Kafu, and he's spoken about Kafu as being a different spirit from Papa Legba, and so and Kafu is just he's a goon. Cafu's a goon. He's not the boss of Haitian spirits. There's not really a boss of Haitian spirit. Everybody takes care of their own things. There's not a big boss. You can call anybody at any time and they'll answer. You don't have to. The person that has they have to. The person that lets them do whatever they want to do is God, right? Like if God says that they can't do that, they can't do that, right? So they can't go past the word of God, So, you know, um, that's what it is, and that's the same thing for everybody else. So everybody in the voodoo sector can use their abilities to help people, and the only time that you know they can't do something is if it's not in God's plan, you know. Um, so, but the bad experience, because I was trying to talk to Baron the other day, and I usually talk to Baron, but I was trying to get Baron to do something for me, and but unfortunately, I kind of like listened to EA coding. Because I never asked Papa. In my experience, I never had to ask Papa Legba to open the doors for me, you know. And I wanted to be respectful towards Baron, and so Kafu appeared, and he sent me to hell, basically. And after doing a little bit of research, I was like, oh shit, that's why that happened. I didn't know it was Kafu, and I know it's Kafu because I know it's Kafu, right? So anyway, it's he sent me to hell, the son of a bitch. The son of a bitch sent me to hell, man. And that was bullshit, And usually Cafu is somebody you call if you want to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? He's a goon, um, and he's also a Satan pretender or something like that. So that was some bullshit. I was trying to be respectful because I never used, I never asked properly, I never implemented him in any of my ceremonies. You know, and I know who Kafu is from Haitian voodoo. But I didn't know Papa Legba that much. I wasn't, and I don't know everything about voodoo, so I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what? Just to make sure this shit goes down smoothly, I'm a pay homage, and get this show on the road, and it was a bad experiment. It was a bad experiment, and it was a bad experiment, man. You know, it wasn't a good thing at all, dude. Um, so I would like, if he has some thoughts, he doesn't have to answer to this video, at all. I don't really care. I just, wanted to talk to you about my experiments with spirits, with different gods, and I might tell you about some more experience. Is in the near future. I'm trying to be curious. Um, it's not that I believe in magic and stuff. It's just maybe going back to the beginning is a good idea because I keep hearing that lately. Go back to the beginning, go back to the beginning. So I'm kind of like, you know what? Why not? Maybe I missed something. Maybe I don't know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to retrace my steps, to see what's missing here. Um, so yeah, because it can't be go back to the beginning of my life because that's what I did. I'm back to the beginning in my regular life, in my everyday life. So they can't be talking about that. So I'm kind of like trying to retrace my knowledge steps here. So I might do some more experimenting, and I'm gonna let you guys know. So you gotta have a inquisitive mindset, to do this, because you can't do this and you know I'm not doing this because I want to succeed in it. I'm just trying to learn through it. I'm not trying to succeed in it. Which is the reason why I find this funny, and I'm not really disappointed. It's not about disappointment. It's not about achieving anything. I just want to know. Um, so if he wants to answer to this video, because it might feel a different way, if he wants to answer to this video, he's welcome to do so. But I hold no ill will towards EA coding or anything of that manner. Um, like I said, I was gonna say that, and I didn't want people might think things and yada 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 blah blah blah. So yeah, it was a bad experiment, man. Like this guy was complete jackass. He started acting like a dick, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was very bad. It was not fun at all. Um, so you guys, let me know your thoughts about this video. If there's any pseudo magicians out there that felt a different way or that might have the same experience, let me know, man. You know, let's shoot the shit. All right, peace out. Have a good one, and don't forget to subscribe.